Hi, welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to take a look at NECA Gargoyles Angela. And once again, we have another big figure, but this is a female figure, second female figure. And I do believe it uses the same body as Demona back here. And we're going to take a look, and we're going to see if they actually are. And if they are, hopefully they fixed a few of the issues, because Demona has some wings issues. She's getting a little soft, but the figure is still really good. But again, second female figure. What this does mean is that Alice and Troy, you need to start picking up some gargoyles. Now there's 2 in the line. I know you like your female figure. So anyway, there it is. She's sitting there with Bronx. Artwork looks absolutely amazing. Let's open it up. And there's the figure. And there she is as a baby. And then she is with her egg. So to say she's light on accessories is kind of weird, considering there's a baby and an egg, and there's a crack in the egg. And when I say that, all I can think about is Guar's crack in the egg with Gorgor. But some of you probably don't know what Guar is. And that's too bad. You should, because they were amazing with Odorishurungus. But we're not going to talk about that. So there she is, angry. Obviously, she has a nice face right there. And on the back, or on the side, shall I say, angry look, nice soft look. And then the back. And here we have little baby Angela with her little egg. A little bit angry, and then not so angry. But anyway, nobody wants to look at me. We want to look at this and take a look at it, see if it is worth the $40. I do want to mention I did get this from Sarge and Reds in Utica, Michigan. Wonderful store. If you're in the area, stop by Sarge and Reds. They have something that you'll like. But anyway, let's get into this. But before we do, take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I do drop another Gargoyles video. And I've done every single one so far, even the ones that only got like 59 views. Talking to you, Bronx. Talking to you people that didn't watch the Bronx. Bronx is awesome. Let's look. Alright, so she's out of her plastic prison. Again, I've shown how the gargoyles open up, so I'm not going to go through it again. Now, I do have Demona's face here, so we'll see how it fits on her, if it's the same head or not. It looks like she has the same wings, except painted differently. So quickly taking a look at them. Again, these things look awesome. Wonderful detail. The paint on it really makes it have a more realistic feel with all the scales throughout it. The way this is highlighted, everything just looks really nice, and same with on the back. So I absolutely love this. And again, they are brick, but they come to life. So it's something that looks like it should be more textured, or not textured, but more realistic, soft, pliable, which it's not. Now, I do have to say, I was one of those people that said, hey, you know what, stop complaining about the wings. The wings are big. They take up space, and yes, they do knock each other over. But to be honest, it's the tails that really cause more of a problem than anything, because you got to use the tails to keep them up. So here is her egg. Now, it was pointed out that the purples are 2 different colors. They're very slightly off. Not sure why there's 2 different colors, but there is a crack in it, so you can have it opened up, and then you can have baby Angela coming out. Now, I don't believe Angela's going to fit in here all alone, but if you want the egg there like she just hatched, then you can. And look at that. Stood her up first try without even trying. So, looking at this thing, let's see here. It has a Jean-Claude Van Damme. The tail actually articulates. It can move up and down. Let me tell you something. This already has more articulation than a Super 7 Ultimate. The wings can move. They move up and down, and it actually looks like, if you look at it, they're on hinges, so you can pull it back. Look at that. I gotta say, so you're pretty much getting 2 figures, and I have to say, even though there's no arm or knee joints, this is an actual little figure. This thing has way more articulation than any Super 7 Ultimates has ever given us. The head can look up and down, side to side. And let's just look at that. That looks absolutely amazing. You got the horns on the head. The eyes look wonderful. Kind of looks like a Bratz doll. The paint looks good. She's obviously wearing her little loincloth because at this point she doesn't have to wear anything up top. But just look at this. Oh my god, this is so cool. Like, you are getting two figures in this. And here you kind of use the tail to keep her up. So really impressed with that. Again, here's the egg. It is two different colors. It's hard to tell. Maybe on a high def you'll notice a little bit more, but just have some paint apps. It looks pretty good. Again, it's meant for a display that it's going to crack. She does come with her hands. So you have one claw hand. You can see there it is. Nice little nails. She has her fist hand. Another fist hand. And another kind of trigger type finger. Probably the same one that Demona is holding that gun right now. And now let's take a look at the figure. Oh, you got the tail too. So the tail just plugs right in here. I feel like I'm looking up her skirt, but we're not. So the tail's going to plug right on in here. And the tail is almost essential to get these things to stand up. Now they do have pegs. But again, these things are so big and bulky that I don't know what stand's going to hold them up. So, we'll take a look at her face here. So this is her nice face. She has actual earrings. Right? They shake, the same as her mama there. The eyes look really nice. Matter of fact, when you look at the two eyes, you definitely can tell that it's supposed to be the same figure. They have the same eyes, but they're different. Look at the lipstick, looks wonderful. The hair, now it is hard, so she ain't gonna look up, unfortunately. That's one of the biggest issues, but I love the hair, how it looks, just in general. It's got two little ties on it, but I wish it was more pliable. It seems like they've been able to do some pliable ones, but unfortunately they didn't here. So to get her face off, it just kind of pulls right off, and then it just looks kind of strange. And then we can take the angry face, and we can plug the angry face in. And honestly, she looks more like a vampire than a gargoyle there. I gotta say, I do not like this face at all. But you got these razor sharp teeth, the white eyes, that's when you know they're angry. Red around the arm, the eyes, and again, still has the actual earrings. So let's see if we can put Demona's face on her. Now, it's not going to completely match if it does fit. Nope. So these do not fit. The pegs for it are completely different. So it is a different head sculpt, because really it just plugs right into the hair. Demona's does something very similar. All right. So she gets a nice T-pose there. Double joints, nothing is pinless. I really wish NECA would eventually get to pinless there. You got your bicep swivel, your wrist, in, out. Everything is kind of hard. Bracelet does move, so if you remove the hand, we'll do that really quick here. Hand pops out real easy. Small little peg. We'll give her, I really like these hands better. She kind of has her claw grabbing hand. Her Jean-Claude Van Damme. Double knee joints. Your ankle rocker. And then your toe articulation, which is very important for these because, well, they walk on their toes. Again, nothing's been heated. This is straight out of the box. And I know people complain that NECA used to make really, really poor figures. Not anymore. These figures are absolutely wonderful. So quickly, there's her garment that she's wearing. Now, obviously, the chest and the body is different than Demona. So she has this wonderful belt. Everything kind of runs up here. It looks worn, so they do a really good job with the paint. Everything looks nice. It looks worn. There's not too much paint on these figures, as they are what they are. So let's grab Demona. Let's get this out. Actually, I've been meaning to change her stance. I'm going to pop her wings off, hopefully without breaking anything, because it's a little difficult to show them side by side because whew, the wings are huge. All right, so you can see here the chests. So the body is different, but when you look at the legs, let's see here. Yep. Okay, so it's just turned into different. So the knees and everything are the same. Legs are the same. Feet are the same. Tail's the same. So a lot like Thalog. Thalog. I said that wrong. It's Goliath. Thalog. Yes. I'm looking right now because now it's going to bother me that I said it absolutely wrong. Yeah, Thalog. Man, it's been a long day. But the arms are the same. Again, this is how you get money to create new figures. And I gotta say, I do like this because it is a completely different character. Throw Demona over there. Now let's see how well these go, because there are some issues with the Demona where they just kind of, well, we'll just say they collapse really easily. And I know that it was something that Mad Hatter had an issue with right away, that he complained about it. So they just plug right in, fairly easy. And I gotta say, these ones articulate way easier. Now, it is 90 plus degrees here in Michigan right now, but it's not 90 degrees in my house. And so you can't hear it, but you can feel it, where it does stop. So maybe they re-engineered it so you don't have to worry, because my Demona, from day one, her wings were not going to stay up like that. They were extremely loose. Matter of fact, I'll show you right now. So hopefully, so you can even, like, you hear that? You can just tell that they changed something in the plastic in the wings. Oops. And honestly, the new ones feel way better. You can see how it just kind of falls. This was the biggest gripe that I had. Get back up there, Angela. So the wings here, pretty much if I move her around, they're just going to collapse. And this was a huge issue. I know Mad Hatter talked about. The head always looks like it's pointing down because of how the hair is. All right. While I was doing that. Where hers, it sticks out a little more, and I feel like she can look straight a little bit better than Demona. So, there you go. I mean, I gotta say, like, you look at the wings on Demona here, and then you look at these wings, and you can tell that there's a huge difference. It feels like, hey, you know what? This is what we were doing. I love the way that it looks, but we can make things a little bit better, and I think they made stuff better with the wings, with the paint. Maybe once they realize that, hey, you know what? Our budget should be a little bit more. These are selling. It's hard to keep these even in stock. I mean, yeah, you'll find some, but they're, you know, it's not like you see a whole bunch of them. So, and again, she does have the little bracelet, where Demona has the anklet. So all in all, really nice figure. We'll see how she holds up over time of her being stood up and everything. Demona actually hasn't even been standing. Her wings have actually been holding her in a flight position. See, I have an issue with that leg. So hopefully these ones are going to stand a little bit better. So anyway, let's wrap this up because, hey, you know what? What can you say? All right, so quickly, after I was playing around with this, doing some pictures, so you won't see this on the round table roundup right after this, I realized that the hair is on a bendy wire. So you can bend it, so it is out of the way. You can actually see that there's holes there, the same with the tail. The problem is, I was originally able to bend the top here, and it feels like it broke because it no longer will stay. I was able to get it in a position like this, playing around with it, but unfortunately, it won't do that. So, great idea, but if the wire broke, maybe it's just mine, maybe it's not high enough up there, it popped out of place, I'm not sure, but good idea. So you can move this and get it in specific position so you can get it out. There you go. Okay, so my first overall impression of Angela is I think this is a wonderful figure, and a lot of that goes back to my impression of the other gargoyles that I've had from the NECA line. Looking at it and comparing it quickly to Angela, or Demona I mean, it feels like NECA went and they realized some of their faults and changed some things. Where the wings feel like they're different on the hinges, they definitely feel like they're tighter, and they have a ratchet. The overall color and the face sculpt and everything looks good. Again, I really wish they'd finally move away from pin joints and go to pinless, but what can you do? And then you have the egg, the alternative face, which I'm not a big fan of the alternative face because I really don't like her angry. I like her kind of soft-spoken. But the baby Angela, that is a standout of this little pack. She's just super cool. Articulated wings that move the same as theirs. The tail that moves. You know, the arms you can move up and down, the same with the legs. And again, just an overall good-looking figure from what I can see. And I'm extremely, extremely happy with what I'm seeing from this NECA line. So overall, I'm real happy with this figure. All right, so that's my review of Angela. I like the figure. I'm very happy with what NECA is completely doing with this Gargoyles line. If you do like Gargoyles, if you're a NECA fan, this is what you want to see. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. But I do have to give a big shout, once again, to Sergeant Reds in Utica, Michigan. They got this. He always puts the stuff, I can say he puts the stuff aside for me because it's out, but he lets me know, and I know he puts stuff out, put stuff to the side if I needed it. But it's great to have a store like his where he'll send me a message saying, hey, you know what, this is in stock, come pick it up. I go, here's my money. Anyway, before I leave, check out the social medias, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, A Punk with Toys, the Facebook group page, Punks with Toys, because once you join, you're a punk with toys. And let me tell you, recently I've had a bunch of new members joining, so hopefully it's just going to grow that community. And last but not least, before you leave, take a second, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, always hit the like button, all the content creators that you enjoy, and hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a Gargoyles video. Anything about it, because sometimes you just kind of forget. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here, but don't go anywhere. Here's another Gargoyles. I don't know I'm going to put up there. I don't know which one. And right here is the playlist of all the Gargoyles that I have reviewed. Take care.